I used to try so fucking hard to like lock in. I used to try so hard to just live a lifestyle that I was proud of, and I would slip up so damn quick. I would go consistent in the gym for like a week and then I'd slip off. I would work really hard on school for a week and then I'd go back into my old habits of just scrolling on TikTok all day. And I would kind of just not be able to overcome these barriers. And I would find myself just wanting so badly to be better and wanting so badly to have such a good work ethic and a work ethic that I was able to just get everything done and just never lose focus. But I never had that. And I wanted that so fucking bad. I wanted to be able to focus and I wanted to be able to lock in because I realized that the life that I was living was not the life that I wanted to live forever. I realized that the life that I was living was not who I saw myself being in 10, 20 years. I was ashamed to who I wanted to be. I just knew that I was meant for so much more. And although I had this drive, I had this motivation to be better, I couldn't do it. I couldn't stay locked in for an allotted period of time. So if that sounds like you, if you feel like you want to be better, you want to just stay disciplined in the gym, you want to have a good mentality, you want to wake up early, then you need to understand that burnout is a fucking myth. I thought this my whole life. I genuinely just thought that you could only work in a allotted amount of time, you could only put in a certain amount of effort, and then inevitably you were going to fail, you were going to burn out, you needed some time off. I don't take days off now, I don't take time off, I work, and I constantly strive to be better, and it's because I had this one mental shift, that effectively made it so that I was able to focus like crystal clear. I was able to see crystal clear into my goals, and that mental shift, it's pretty fucking simple. It's just the realization and the full comprehensive understanding that I didn't want to live my life the way I was living it anymore. I didn't want to be the person that I was, sitting in my room, playing video games 10 hours a day, eating junk food. I hated everything about that person. And in order to not be in that situation anymore, I realized that my situation had to change. My routine, my habits, they had to change. But how the fuck could I change them when I was so used to living this shitty lifestyle? How on earth could I change them when that was the person that I believed myself to be? And I realized that it all comes down to one thing, and that one thing is who you perceive yourself as. See, I perceived myself as somebody who wasn't able to work hard because every time that I would try and work hard for an allotted period of time, I would fail. And I thought I was a loser because of it. The person you perceive yourself to be is the person that you end up being. And I didn't realize that because I perceived myself as somebody who was disciplined, but then my actions did not correlate with that. I perceived myself as somebody who had a good physique, but then I would fuck off and eat Raising Cane's every single weekend. I know you know what I'm fucking talking about. So I tried so hard to convince myself that I was somebody that I wasn't, and I promise you, you can tell yourself you're locked in, you can tell yourself you're motivated for the duration of your life, you can tell yourself that you're willing to be better, you can tell yourself anything you want, but if you don't deep down in the bottom of your heart believe it, then you will never become that person because your actions determine who you are as a person. Your mentality doesn't because your actions tell you who you really are. You can lie to everyone in your life, but you can't lie to yourself. So the way I eliminated burnout and the way that I genuinely fixed my focus, fixed my drive, was I did a couple things. I literally wrote down on a piece of paper exactly who I wanted to be. I wrote down everything I wanted to be. I wrote down successful entrepreneur. I wrote down competitive bodybuilder. I wrote down mentally sound, waking up at 5 a.m. I wrote down everything that I envisioned myself to be. And then above that, what did I write? The actions it takes to become that person. I wrote down every action I needed to every single day to become that person. I wanted to make social media my job. I wrote everything I needed to do to make that happen. I wrote everything I needed to do to give my clients the best possible results. I wrote everything I needed to do to build discipline, to build my physique, to build my mindset. I wrote down every single task, and if I don't do those tasks, then I have lied to myself. Remember what I said. When you lie to yourself, then you do not believe in yourself. When you do not believe in yourself, you are inevitably going to fail. So what you need to fucking do, it is one simple thing, and it completely shifted who I was as a person. From a broke, sad, depressed, overweight loser to somebody who has direction, somebody who has motivation, and somebody who knows exactly who they are and exactly who they want to be. You need to write down everything that you want to be, everything that you envision yourself as, write down the things that you need to do to become that person, and then go fucking do them and do them every single day. Because I promise you, you will not get burnt out, you will not get burned, you will not be tired if you see those tasks. And my camera died, and here I am proving my exact point. I told myself I was going to make a YouTube video today. My camera died right before I was about to finish that little car talk there, and I normally would go to bed, and every past version of myself would go to bed and say, well, I'm going to do it tomorrow, but I didn't. I plugged my camera in, I waited till it was done, and I came back on here to finish the video. So it just goes to show that you can't lie to yourself, and you can't tell yourself that you're going to do these things and then not do them. You're losing trust with yourself, and when you lose trust with yourself, you lose who you are as a man, and you lose the person you are. I told myself I would make this video. I told myself I would post it today. It might come out late. It might not be the best video I've ever made, but at the end of the day, I came on here, I did what I was going to do. I did what I told myself I would, and for that, I have trust in myself and I have faith in myself. The key to not getting burnt out is very, very simple. Do the tasks you know you need to do to become the man you know you need to become. And I promise you, it's not going to be easy. I promise you, you're going to want to just not do the work some days, but whenever you do it, you're going to feel pretty fucking good. I love you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.